Hi, I'm Amber, and I know what you're dreaming of. You're dreaming of being your own boss. You're dreaming of sunsets and beach houses, traveling the world. You're dreaming of quality time with your family. You're dreaming of financial freedom, time freedom to do whatever you wish. You're dreaming of having so much impact in the world. You contribute to making this world a better place. And you dream of adventure, enjoying what this planet Earth has to offer us. And you dream to live your true nature and purpose. But you see, you're probably still stuck in a job, working for someone else's dream. And there are 3 reasons why people don't have the business, the lifestyle, the life that they love. There's 3 reasons. The first reason is they actually don't know what they want. You know what you don't want, but what do you truly desire? What do you really want in this world, in this lifetime? Maybe you don't give yourself enough time to actually think about that. The second reason why people don't have what they want is because they're constantly going for ways in which they feel like they're broken. They're going for what they don't want. They're always putting their focus and attention on what they don't want. And so they create this structure that continues to keep them in this oscillating cycle of getting a little bit further ahead and coming back. A little bit further ahead and always finding something else that's wrong, that needs fixing, that needs healing. And the third reason why we don't have what we want is because we give our power away. We give our power to the circumstance outside of us that we can't control. We give our power to the disease or the diagnosis. We give our power to everyone else's opinion on who you are, what your worth is, and what success is. You see, we give our power away. We say that we're not the powerful creators. We don't have the power to create the $1 million business. I don't have enough time to create a business that runs itself. I don't know how. And so we don't do it. How often is it you decided that you want to do something and you keep putting it off? You prioritize everything else before your business, this idea, something that lights your heart up, this ignites a fire within your belly, something you dream of doing, but you're always constantly reprioritizing and everyone else's agenda gets put before this. It's always going to the bottom of the pile. Or we say, I can't do it. I don't know how. And so we get stuck in this one thing and it stops us from taking action and moving forward with that idea or that business. You know you have to do it, but you just keep putting it off because you don't know how. Now, this entrepreneurial journey is lonely. I'm not going to lie about that. It's a lonely journey. And that's because our whole life, we've been conditioned to work for someone else. We've been conditioned to get told what to do it, and then a paycheck comes in. We're not taught to think for ourselves, to be resourceful. We're not taught the entrepreneurial mindset. And that's why mindset is so important in this work. Now, when you join this work, when you come into my space, we're going to focus on these 3 main areas. We're going to focus on what you actually do want in your life. What does that business look like? What does that lifestyle look like? What does your family life look like? What does your free time look like? What do you actually want in your life? And get super clear on that. I'm going to ask you those hard questions, those questions that you've never answered before, you've never been asked. We're also going to get you into the right structure, all right? We're going to get you out of the problem-solving structure and into the creative structure. Now, I hope you're like me and you don't believe that we're the only, force in this world that creates life. And you see, there's this other force. There's this other force at play. And it's called the quantum field. Now, we use the quantum field because it's the nature of consciousness. It's how we operate. Where do you think the energy comes from when your heart starts beating at 4 weeks? Where do you think that energy comes from? That intelligence that creates life. It doesn't just come out of thin air. So what we're going to do is actually learn all levels of consciousness. And this is about bringing the power back to you. We do this through the 5 steps of superconscious creation, right? So we choose what you want to create. We get crystal clear on what you want, right? We get you into the creative structure. So this is coming back to that problem-solving structure. Structure has integrity. We want to put you into the creative structure. And how we do this is actually asking, well, what do you want and where are you now? When you do that, you create this invisible tension structure between these 2 points. That's the creative tension. It's always seeking to resolve in favor of what you're choosing to create. Then we want to get into the emotion of the end result, right? What does it actually feel like to have that now? What's that identity version of yourself? How do they feel? What do they think? How do they behave? How do they dress? Really getting into that emotion of that identity of that end result. Now, when that happens, we actually bring up old identities. Your current identities goes into overdrive and says, oh, no. That's not me. I can't have that. And so what we need to do is actually speak to those parts, get into the quantum field and recode all of your limitations, all your old identities that actually stop you from taking action. Those voices in your head that tell you you can't do it, you're not capable, you're not good enough, you're not worthy. Who are you to have success? All of these voices, all of these parts and aspects of you are old past identities and need upgrading, just like you upgrade your mobile phone every month almost. Your consciousness also requires upgrading. Your identity requires upgrading because you're operating from an old program, a program that was programmed back in the year you were born and the 3 years following. All right, we're operating on this old identity structure. So we get to recode that. That's exactly what we do. And then with this new found identity, with no resistance to taking aligned action. How good would it feel to actually realize that you are the powerful creator of your life? How good would it feel like that person's opinion doesn't actually matter, doesn't affect you? You're still going to go for what you want. You don't know how to do something. Well, that's okay, it doesn't affect you because you'll find out how. How would it feel to create unstoppable momentum where you know the right action to take, you know the correct action, and you take that? That, my friend, is exactly how it feels for my clients that I've been coaching all around the world. We create unstoppable momentum so that you can take that action, be the best and highest version of yourself, so you can step into your true identity and be that unstoppable entrepreneur, business owner, create financial freedom, time freedom to spend more time doing what you love in your life, having more fun. And this is what we do inside the 12-week private mentoring program. So join me, fill out the form, apply now, and let's have a conversation to see if you're a great fit for magnetic momentum. I'm Florence, and I'll speak to you soon.